Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Reverend here with, of course,
Steve here.
And
Graymouse.
hey, we could actually do this in remote too. So this is our big experimental video. Once again, we're just three middle-aged dudes, actually in the comfort of our own homes. All right. And if there was sunlight out, you could actually see sunlight coming in through that window. No, I do not live in a fucking basement, all right? This is my own fucking house, okay?
That's debunked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have met my wife. I met Steve's wife. We haven't met your wife.
No, that's not possible. She's all the way overseas in Japan, so.
Either that or she's a myth.
Oh, come on. No, I can attest to that. I was kind of like one of the reasons why they're together. I knew his wife before he did.
So you're saying Graymouse has no game?
Oh. Well, in bowling, no.
Yeah, that's to remain to be seen. We haven't.
Wait a minute, since when? It's been decades now.
Whatever. What happens at home court advantage?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. Cosmic Bowling has, the theme right above the pins there. We know it's all his. All right. Just like usual, once we get past all the banter, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about various subjects. This is all kind of brand new as far as the setup here, so we've got kind of a time limit to work against, and I should actually set this back. We've already wasted about 5 minutes. In which case, first thing on our slate, I gotta say is I think everybody knows that this Tuesday Street Fighter V came out, and it's come out to mixed reactions, to say the least.
Mixed?
No, the professional ratings, which I know we all take with a grain of salt, right? The professional ratings, okay.
Does gaming journalism still count nowadays?
Unfortunately, yes. All right.
Okay.
But as far as the gaming journalists goes, a lot of them have given it, rave reviews, 9s out of 10s, 8s out of 10s. And,
are you kidding me?
No,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
9 out of 10?
Yeah, they have been reviewing it well.
They must have got paid well.
That's very generous.
Exactly.
They must have got paid well.
Exactly. But the user reviews, of course, have been a little bit different. All right. Let's see here. If I jump in and I pull up Metacritic, I believe the user reviews. Actually, I don't even need to pull up Metacritic. Let me pull up Steam right now because it's available on PC.
Right.
So let's look here. And no, take me to the store, fucking Steam. Don't take me to my wish list. Take me to the store. Let's go to 3, 5,
Yeah, you had it, right?
5. All right. Okay. So, yeah, user reviews have been mixed. 41% of the user reviews have been positive. That's only 41%. All right. Metacritic score right now is standing out at 79 out of 100. Basically because, as Graymouse has said on his channel, what do you call it again, sir?
Man.
Well, no. What did you call it again?
The half-assed digestion.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a Street Fighter V.
He can't get his words straight. That's the way.
Alpha Mega Sin, he called it Street Fighter V incomplete. And apparently there is, as far as the game goes, playability, when you're doing multiplayer and everything else, that's pretty much all you have, really. Even then,
but let me interject here for a second. It's funny because that's what most people actually fucking cared about. They cared about going online and playing. They didn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
So now everybody has to eat their fucking words on that. It's just when it's only cared about to just get it out. Let's just have them play online, have against people, and that's it because it works with everything else.
Yeah.
So now it's like people are like, "What about these other modes?" It's like, wait, don't you just want online gameplay? That's all we've been hearing. That's all we've been reading online about what people want.
Well, the funny thing about the online stuff is that they don't have the modern game lobbies that you have. The spectator mode is not there. You can set up game lobbies, but with only 2 people, you and one person. So it's not really a lobby, all right? It's like setting up a private chat connection, really.
Pretty much.
That's like being in an arcade back in the day.
Yeah.
And you have 2 people going up against each other, but you have a booth.
Yeah.
Like a picture booth with a cloth, and everybody has to put a quarter in outside. And it's like a revolving door of people going through the curtains.
Yeah. I mean,
That's ridiculous. What do you mean there's no lobby? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. One main thing that I found very problematic is that
why did you have to use that word?
You disconnect. I use that word on purpose. You get disconnected. I mean, almost in every mode. Even when I wasn't playing in so-called story mode, I get disconnected. Long load times. It's crap. It is absolute shit.
Wait, that's even if you were playing alone?
Huh?
That's even when you were playing by yourself?
Yes.
How do you get disconnected from a game and you're not even online?
Well, in order to earn the fight bucks or whatever they call them, you have to be
always be online.
Yeah. and like most fighting games, most multiplayer games, what happened was that when it first launched out, servers got bogged down and it was really, really crappy. So the folks who were doing the online multiplayer thing saying that's the most important thing were pretty much met with a lot of loading screens and a lot of disconnections.
Was it doing that on the beta?
That's the thing. On the beta, it was very controlled.
But because there's a limited amount of people that were allowed on the beta.
Yeah, exactly.
But they should have been prepared for this months ago. Months.
Yeah.
They should have, like I said on my video, they should have delayed that game at least until summer.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people wouldn't have tolerated a delay.
No. And the problem that they have set up, especially for Capcom when it comes to it, since the Street Fighters tend to be the centerpiece of EVO, which shows up in May, June, right?
That's what I was concerned about. Yeah, I'm thinking they pushed it out so people could at least get some time to practice before the EVO.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they tied the release date to. They wanted to go ahead and get it out to EVO. If they didn't get it out for EVO, unfortunately, then they would have been stuck in another different type of issue. That's the reason why Street Fighter has been married to this February, March, release time.
Since we talked all about the bad things about Street Fighter V,
actually, we have not talked about all the bad things about Street Fighter V.
Well, here's some better news, I guess. The game, it comes actually graphically beautiful. It really is a beautiful game.
That's not saying much because that's going to be due to the times.
Well, this time, you're right. But like I was saying in my video too, is that it looks like everybody has a stage and everybody has their stage music now. It's
so that's a step above Street Fighter 4 because people didn't have that.
That's what I was saying. That's above Street Fighter 4.
But there are only 16 characters anyways, right?
Huh?
There are only 16 characters anyways, right?
Yes, right. Only 16.
So if we're matching up efforts here, it's almost on par, really, with Street Fighter 4 as far as the numbers.
Now, wait a minute. Speaking of that, then, when characters come out later, are they going to come out with characters and stages and music?
I hope so.
One would only hope, I think universally right now, everybody's saying that the game looks good.
Now,
and it plays good. That's universal praise.
Yeah. If you play the storyboard, they're just storyboards. That's what it looks like. It's not live action or animated or anything. It's like they're just drawings, and you're interacting with the drawings through a dialogue.
Yeah, it looks like placeholder storyboard art is what
correct.
It looks like.
Now, the good thing is, though, I did see some characters. I guess they're hinting characters. Sakura actually appears in one of the storyboards. So there are hints that past those initial 6 downloaded content characters, there's going to be more, which we already knew that.
We already know that.
But, I mean, the music and the graphics, like you said, with the times. So it looks like each character has a stage and has stage music, which is good, I think.
Okay.
You're the only one of us that owns the game.
Well, yeah,
So,
I could change that, but I don't feel like spending $60 on
No.
on a game with
that
has no arcade mode.
Yeah, I can get it on Steam. Oh, wait. Wait, say again?
It has
There
no
is no
arcade
arcade
mode.
mode.
It has no arcade mode.
I told you that in my video. You didn't watch the whole thing?
Did I misunderstood? What do you mean there's no arcade mode? That
There
comes
There is no
standard.
arcade mode.
Yeah,
So wait, you can't play it by yourself.
No. You play it by yourself. There's a quote-unquote story mode, but that limits you basically to like
3 fights.
4 matches.
What?
And with those little storyboard placeholder art pieces in between.
That doesn't make
right?
any sense.
That's what I said,
Yeah.
the half-assed edition.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. It really disappointed me when I was going through the menus, and I was like, wait a minute, where's the arcade at? And there's only, you have 16 characters, and each character you select, right? You have like a 3 or 4 fight, and then that's the end. It's like, what the hell, man? And what really pisses me off is that the early adapters, such as myself, suffer because of this. Because, Capcom was doing good, up until this point.
Wait, what exactly?
Well, they're coming back. I'm saying they're coming back.
No Power Stone 3, no Rival Schools 3. They're not coming back with a lot of shit.
But they're doing better than the
Darkstalkers. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, let's
Street Fighter is not enough. That's what I'm saying.
I
got
think
a couple of Resident Evils, but
well, the thing about it is that they supposedly the way and it even says this in the option screen. Street Fighter V is a platform that will be expanding. So eventually you'll get the full game by like June or something like that. Because they said the animations and the full stories for everybody will be done by that time.
But how the hell can a fighting game be episodic for an arcade mode?
Well, yeah, I know. Arcade mode should have just been like, oh, hey, look, 8 matches, adjustable difficulty, all right, and then ending cutscene for each person. You don't have to include rivals or anything like that.
So this is the second fighting game that's gone beneath Super Nintendo standards within the last 3 years. This thing did it, and now Street Fighter.
You want to hear even more? You want to hear even more? You can't even adjust.
Wait a minute. So what if? Okay, they're redoing Shaq Fu. What if Shaq Fu has more features than Street Fighter?
They'll have an arcade. If they have an arcade, they got more features than Street Fighter V does.
Let's see here. I could probably find
Now,
a number. Jake.
While he's doing that, there is no. You cannot.
It's Street Fighter V.
Yes.
All right.
You cannot adjust the difficulty on that.
Wait. What?
You can't adjust the difficulty. There is no difficulty.
Fighter 5.
Rival Schools 3, Capcom, please. And if you do make it, don't make it like Street Fighter 5 currently, how currently that is. Please.
There's no way to adjust the
difficulty.
No.
Yeah.
There's no options?
No.
No. I mean, wait. If okay, no, that was all I know is that as far as the single player mode, they had when you go into single player, it shoves you into a tutorial. You have no option to opt out. You have no option to skip. You have to go through the tutorial. All right.
Yes. Yes.
It basically,
like you've never played Street Fighter before, right?
No. We're talking basic tutorial, as in move forward towards.
That's what I mean. This is a fighting game that you will have.
Use a fireball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like use a fireball motion. It's like
there's assuming the average player is playing like this.
I'm serious. I mean, I felt like I lost intelligent points sitting there playing the tutorial. That's how bad it is. Like, it insults you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
it really insults you.
And it's not part of the training mode. I mean, I understand, like, in later, like, Street Fighter 4, and, like, some of the, like, Street Fighter 3 for the console, it had, like, tutorials, but it was part of the training mode, all right? Street Fighter EX, which I just pulled out, had a trial mode. All right, yes, which was part of training.
Yes,
and pretty much it taught you, okay, these are the types of things that you can do with your fucking character. Yes. All right, but it it didn't shove it down your throat. All right. It didn't assume that the players were retarded.
So wait a minute. What I don't understand is you don't have an arcade mode. They just want you to just play these a story mode and then jump online and everything.
Pretty much.
But that totally contradicts itself. So you don't know how to play the game, and they're teaching you the basics, but they don't have an arcade mode. They just have an online mode that you can just jump in and play against people.
Well, wait a minute. I'm not making an excuse for this, but they have a training mode, right? When you jump into training mode, you could actually select your dummy. You could actually select, there's a list of things that you could actually select for your dummy. You could actually, that's the only way to turn up the difficulty is by doing that, is going in there and playing in training mode and setting the dummy to CPU and then changing the difficulty to 9 or 10. Then that's the only that's with the difficulty.
You can change the difficulty on training, but you can't do it on the actual game.
No. Nope.
Because there's no arcade mode.
There is no arcade mode at all. It's storyboard, and then that's it.
It's fucked up when fighting games are going to have an arcade mode as a DLC.
Yeah, it's story mode. I think.
Is it going to be a DLC, an earnable DLC, or are they just going to give it to you?
No, it's going to be free. It's going to be free. They're going to give it.
Yeah, but everything else earnable is going to be free.
Well, the funny thing,
are they going to give it to you, or are you going to have to earn arcade mode by beating the game with everybody on story mode?
The funny thing about the earnable things is that those, from how I understand the math, how it's been broken down, is that it's kind of ridiculous for that too. It's like 900 points to get a new color palette for each character. Okay.
Yeah. And how many points do you earn per fight?
50.
Well, in the
storyboard, actually depend.
Around
in storyboard, you earn a lot. You earn about 10,000.
Yeah, but it's, from what I heard, it's around 50 per round. All right. Yeah. But you have 8 palettes for each character, 6 you have to unlock, and that doesn't even actually include any of their suits. That's just
the costumes. Once you get all the 16 characters, the little storyboards, you get all their kind of offhand costumes, like old Cammy's costume, old Ken and Ryu's costumes, stuff like that. But it's trash. It's just through and through. It's trash.
I mean, I guess if you're somebody who plays a fighting game obsessively, like I do when I really get into one, those rounds will go by really quick, and you'll be able to accumulate those points. Even probably more if you do the online thing. But the problem with it is that they went ahead, to their credit, they focused on the presentation and the physics and the actual game engine. It is very playable, and they say it's very accessible to newer players. However, the one thing that made it even more accessible to newer players in past Street Fighter games was the fact that you can go into spectator mode online. You could sit there, you could watch the higher ranked matches, and just sit there in the lobby and watch higher ranked guys go at it. And if you were somebody who wasn't just a clueless noob, instead of just saying, "Oh, that was hype," you could actually, look at and try to break down exactly what the players are doing. You can't do that now because, hey, it's only a lobby with 2 people. There's no spectator mode, and it's just basically you and the frying pan and the fire, which is multiplayer.
So yeah. I even went through all 16 character storyboard thinking that I had to unlock the arcade mode. I get all of them at 100%. I'm like, where's my arcade mode? Nothing came out. I was pissed. I was that's thinking I was really upset.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the Reverend was saying earlier, a lot of the game mechanics, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But we can't really benefit from it because there's no arcade mode, there's no spectator mode, there's no, except you and the guy you're fighting, your opponent. I mean, there's no way to pick up on certain techniques and stuff because, it's ridiculous. This game should have never been released in this state. It should have been delayed at least another month. I mean, because if you delayed it into mid-March, that still gives enough people, the pros, so-called pros.
The thing about it is, this game should have been standard with an arcade mode.
Yeah.
At least that. Everything else maybe I can understand.
Yeah.
But not in arcade mode. That doesn't sound right to me.
I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know, like I said, sitting down and just noticing, dude, I you know, trying to do a fighting game without a local versus co-op, not co-op, but versus mode. It's like it doesn't make sense, especially.
Didn't that happen?
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I could reach over to my shelf over here, and I have dozens of games that have arcade modes on them. Okay, and they're from going on 20 years. They're 20 years old now, at least. Okay.
Well, you know what?
So combat on the Atari has more modes than Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's four. If I understand correctly.
I'm actually surprised that the damn thing has a couch versus mode. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's how messed up it is.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what we really want to go ahead and actually impress to anybody who actually comes around to watching this is that we're not just bitching just to bitch. The general thing is that we had the same problem with King of Fighters 12.
12.
Yeah, on the PS3. It came out. It had its so-called arcade mode, which all it was fucking Time Attack, and that was it. All right. There was no endings for any characters. There was nothing relevant to any of the individual characters. There
wasn't even team mode on there.
Yeah, there was no team mode or anything.
That's a staple of King of Fighters.
Yeah.
Team mode, yes.
Yeah. And the thing about the content as far as games, when you come from where we've come from, we're 20 years now.
30 years.
Yeah, almost 30 years of gaming.
Past that.
And even, you know, ever since Street Fighter 2 revolutionized arcade fighting games and everything.
91.
Yeah. You know, we've got 25 fucking years here of this shit being standard, all right?
Right.
Even
on Super Nintendo was standard.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not that we're bitching just to bitch, but look, without that sort of content, you really don't give me too much of you don't give me much of a reason to go on my way and play this game for too long. Really.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I like being able to unlock things by myself, although it sounds like if I were to really look at the math that they have behind like the requisition points to buy all the suits and the color swaps and everything else, it sounds really inaccessible. All right, or really fucking difficult. And unfortunately, right now, as a near 40-year-old man, I don't have that type of time.
No.
Well, the problem is we're not sitting here bitching about the game because we're bitching about it because they know better. That's the problem. They fucking know better than this. This is garbage. It really is. If you want to, you know, no sugar coating it, or this is bullshit. You know, and I'm kind of wondering if King of Fighters, what is it, 13 coming out?
Uh-huh.
Is it going to be the same way?
14.
Or 14, I'm sorry.
No,
is it going to be the same way? What the hell?
I'm hoping not. I mean, I'm really
Tekken 7 better not be like this either.
I know.
You got all these. You got three main games coming out this year. You had Street Fighter 5, King of Fighters 14, and just like you said, the theme Tekken 7.
Tekken 7.
Now, come the fuck on, Capcom. This is unacceptable. And the more people that accept this as a daily thing or as a no, you do not.
I told you shit like this.
Call out Capcom on this shit, because if you don't, they're gonna think it's all right.
Yeah. Shit like this will become the norm if you just roll over and just let it happen, and not say anything and just buy their shit and they just collect money. No, you have to let these motherfuckers know that, look, this is not standard. We don't want this as standard.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you think about anything standard, if this was a car, I'd expect it to have 4 wheels, 5 actually. The steering wheel.
Wait a minute.
5. Yeah, because you need a steering wheel also, all right? But look, if I went over to any sort of dealership and they told me, hey, look, you know, your car is a platform, and it will have more features released out in due time, and you're going to have the whole car in June for something that I paid today, I'd be fucking pissed. All right.
A car coming with no windshield.
All right. You know,
Wow. In due time, you'll
have a windshield.
car.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
You can only go 20 miles per hour, but in the next
Yeah.
couple of months, you'll be able to go 40.
yeah, you know, you can take it outside of your neighborhood, you know, unless you went ahead and paid for, like, you know, some sort of collector's edition download or something.
Collector's edition.
A gold edition.
Yeah. In which case,
Wait a minute, there's no. Is there a season pass for this, or is this Street Fighter 5?
no, it's just Street Fighter 5, and I know the collector's edition came with a really nice statue of Ryu. And I think we can spend the next 8.5 minutes that we have left to go ahead and talk about that. But I think we've really come to the point where
We've covered all.
we kind of covered all of that. So,
Yeah.
So in
Wow.
conclusion, Capcom, yeah, this you fucked up. All right.
Yes.
You really fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Capcom, don't let this be the standard, especially if you're going to be bringing back war fighting games, which I hope you would do. Don't have Power Stone like this if you bring it back. Don't have Rival Schools or Darkstalkers or even, JoJo's Bizarre. Don't have any of that like this if you dare to bring those back. It's just, no. Just, no.
You know,
It's garbage. It really is. And like my conclusion is, I mean, the game, like I said, is very incomplete. The only thing that actually, you know, that's good on it is the music and the graphics. And that's pretty sad. I mean, you know, your networking just sucks. I mean, when you get disconnected playing a single player mode, I mean, come on, what the fuck?
yeah, I don't know why they would require a network, you know, connection for points for single player, requisite points and shit like that. That doesn't make any sense either.
No.
Well, I think the reason why they did that is because some people don't want to play the online, but they still want to have those extra characters.
No, actually,
But the thing about it is you should be able to do that offline.
or the fact that they knew that since they don't have an arcade mode, the only thing the person has left is online. So they don't have a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
fucked up. You done fucked up.
Alrighty.
This shit, Capcom.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they'll fix it. And you know what? Maybe sometime when I see it on Steam sale, I'll pick it up. But that's after I know all the other modes are going to be there.
Yeah.
Get together.
Yep. All right. With that, you know, first video down because I think we got only like 3 minutes left. This is the Reverend.
This is the theme here.
Graymouse1.
All right.
And that's it. We're out.
Credits.